All right.
Sometimes expert treatment happens on a court, track, and field. Find premier health beyond the walls of our hospitals and in every corner of our community. Our care lives here. Premier.
Welcome back inside the James S. Trent Arena for game number 2 here tonight. Mike Hurd, Sly Williams, and Kevin Waters in what promises to be a star-studded event. The 23rd ranked team out of Huntington Prep in Huntington, West Virginia at 14-5, taking on the Crew of Prolific Prep, ranked 9th at 18-2. Second time these teams have battled in less than a month. That one went to Prolific Prep 58-52, and I really can't say enough good things, guys, about the sheer amount of talent on display in this game.
My goodness. I'm excited about this one right here. I'm a big Huntington Prep fan. A couple of these guys I've been following for a couple of years now, so every time I get a chance to watch them play, I just kind of fall in love with them again. Teams
have actually split the last 6 meetings, 3-3. We've had a handful of those games here. 17, it was a close game at 66-64, Huntington Prep. Prolific Prep won here in 15 in a 64-63 game, and I remember both of those games kind of came down to how can we make them uncomfortable, make them make a mistake, and it was the team that did it last that won that game.
Exactly, man. You know, these are just two of my favorite matchups, man. I really love these two teams. I get to see Prolific Prep a couple of times, but I see Huntington Prep at least 4 or 5 times a year. And, you know, Coach Arkell Bruce and the program that they have over there at Huntington Prep, man, just a well-oiled machine that keeps going. Same thing with Prolific Prep. I just love 2 well-coached teams and 2 teams that will play hard and will play tough every night. And that's what you're going to get out of this game right here.
You look at Prolific Prep, and Joey Fuka in his first year was actually a grad assistant for Eric Musselman at the University of Nevada, Reno. Played 2 seasons in Germany, was a league MVP. Scored 1,000 points in college, and he's got a lineup. Boy, oh boy, are they good. Fallou Cisse out of Senegal, the 6'7 junior, leads the team in rebounding. Jalen Green, he's going to announce in March where he goes, and there are a lot of people waiting for that for the Prolific Prep Crew. Saba Gigiberia out of Georgia Tech, the 7'1 senior. And you've got, of course, the guy I was looking forward to, Texas Tech's highest signing of all time in Nimari Burnett for the Crew. Isaiah Cottrell, Jaemyn Brakefield, Brayon Freeman, Shane Dezonie, and A.J. Hoggard headed to Michigan State. On the other side, the starting 5. Black jerseys and electric green for Prolific Prep, and the bright yellow for Huntington.
Hey, that Brakefield-Burnett matchup, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope they match up against each other. Oh, they're not going to match up against
Don't let Eric know, but I would pay just to watch that matchup. So you get to see Burnett right out of the gate as he had a terrific performance. Actually, 2 of them here a year ago. Feed inside, off the glass won't go for Gigiberia out of Tibicilla, Georgia. Not the Georgia that Sly's familiar with. The other one across the world. And the off-balance runner.
I was just telling y'all, man, Hoggard I love him. I think he's one of the top guards in the country. I see right now he's signed to go to Michigan State. He's going to be a great added addition to those guys. He's going to be a great addition to those guys, excuse me.
Burnett's jumper off the up and under is a miss. Rebound, and here comes Huntington Prep in a flash. It'll look that way with those jerseys. Looked like Cottrell tried to drop it back down. Couldn't get it. Rejected and ultimately fouled by Saba Gigiberia.
And now going to the free throw line, big things are expected out of Cottrell. They lost J.T. Thor. J.T. Thor transferred to Atlanta School, Norcross, and now they expect Cottrell to step up and replace J.T. Thor. You know, I was talking to him. You know, he brings a lot of the same things Thor brought, but he's a little bit more athletic than Thor, but Thor has just that longer wingspan. So they expect a lot out of Isaiah.
6'10", knocks down the first. Signed to play at West Virginia. Was at Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas. He's a Vegas native. It's a terrific place to be a native from.
I'll tell you.
Just out there last month. It was still 60 degrees in December.
I left some money in Vegas, man.
I left quite a bit of it. It's a 3-0 game out of the gate.
Somebody could pick it up and bring it back to me.
Had to go to Death Valley to try to find it. That didn't work out. Okay. Burnett, great feed inside for the little floater from Saba Gigiberia. Yep. Said he signed to Georgia Tech. He felt comfortable when he went down there. His aunt lives in Atlanta, so it felt like it was a natural fit. But he's a kid who's been around. He's in the States now. Actually was in Spain for a while when he was younger after starting out in Georgia. It's well-traveled.
If he's from Georgia, it's only natural he goes to Georgia Tech.
And a great feed off the basket. Cottrell again.
I'm a Stone Mountain, Georgia guy, so I'm loving that.
Hey, there you go.
I love Cobb County because that's where the boss man's from.
Okay.
See, screen and roll down to the right side. It's a big effort early on as this ball be staying with the crew. Well, he pointed that side and then went the other way.
But I like what you were saying. It's a big effort to kind of go down low and work on the end. And as soon as I say it's an effort to go down low to them, they pull them out of the game.
Just going to go ahead and just grab a seat here. They put in Coleman Hawkins. We saw him last year out of Antelope, California. He had a great game here a year ago. He decided to play at Illinois. Averages 13 points a game, but he shoots so well from outside at almost 38%. They gives him another dimension offensively.
And here's the thing about playing on a team like Prolific Prep. It's so many people who score the ball, you know. So 13 is a big number.
Great pass in again, just ahead of Falou Cisse, who commits the foul.
Now I notice both of you guys are fashion guys when it comes to this basketball thing. What y'all think about these uniforms out here?
Watch Cisse try to close late. Right there.
These two teams, man, they always trip me out. With Huntington Prep, they have that really, really light blue uniform they play in, and then they play in these neon uniforms. And then Prolific Prep, they'll have those green neon uniforms they play in, man.
Okay.
The only thing I enjoy that for an old man, you can definitely see the numbers.
Imagine walking through the closet there and just saying, we won't lose you in the dark.
Right.
5 points early on for Cottrell. See, quick handoff for Jalen Green, the Fresno, California. That's about where he shot it from.
Jalen showing why he's one of the top players in the nation.
You don't get extra points, but it looks good. 7-5 as he three from straight away.
Oh.
Welcome to apparently East Las Vegas. Cottrell continues to just put on a one-man show.
I'm telling you right now, score Huntington Prep 5, Cottrell 8.
Right. That's crazy. You almost don't need anybody else to score. And it wasn't a real high-scoring game. It talked about in the 50s the first time these teams played in South Carolina, but that's a lot that can change. Prolific Prep shooting the ball at a pretty high percentage since that point. Inside to Burnett, 3 guys on him, and it was altered. Looked like Cottrell again. Of course it was. Outrunning the break, bumped and scoring. AJ Hoggard again.
Hoggard, you know, he's a point guard. Even though he scored on that one, he's a point guard. He's so crafty and smart. You see how he used his body to get space? You know, I really like his game. I'm like you, Coach. I like the kid's game, man.
I don't know if Coach Izzo's in the building, but he's probably happy wherever he is with that signing.
Let me tell you something. There's nothing better than a physical point guard. I'll tell you what.
You pull up and it rolls out of bounds. It'll stay on this end of the floor.
You got so many people, so many kids now. They're scared for any type of contact, anything like that. But you got to.
Here's the contact you're talking about on this replay. A little no-look dump and inside. You know you're going to take that. Go ahead and make it.
Michigan State losing Winston after this year, he'll be fit right on there.
Well, good. I'm glad someone else's college team is miserable. Coleman Hawkins drives on 3 guys. Great little touch pass inside for 2 to follow Cisse.
Great pass.
Stolen away by Burnett, and he's dangerous in the open floor, looking to fly as he drop off. Caught Hawkins on the backside, and that's why he's so smart and Texas Tech's biggest recruit.
Me and Chris Baird, we went to coach each other again in ABA, in an ABA championship, man. So great guy. I'm happy for the success he's had there in Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, home of the greatest college basketball coach ever, Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight, you say.
Jaemyn Brakefield, the Duke commit, out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, with his first.
Yeah, he's another one that I enjoy watching play.
Well, until he gets to college.
Yeah, exactly.
Burnett now for 3 from the right wing. Splash. He missed his first 3 shots. You had to imagine the Chicago native wasn't going to be held off the board for much longer.
You know, he had such an impressive 2 days last year, and especially the way he played against LaMelo Ball.
Oh, yeah.
That big-time performance out of Nimari Burnett.
Watch where this shot comes from. Just a little setup on the handoff from Hawkins. 2 guys close out way too late. But what I love about that, you don't necessarily see it here, but he initially cut in to follow his shot. That's why he's such a good player.
You know, nobody picked up on my Texas Tech, the greatest coach ever. You know, Coach Bobby Knight.
I heard you with the Bobby Knight, the greatest coach. I heard you all that. I'm not sure.
Line change for Prolific Prep.
Nah, he is one of the greatest. He is one of the greatest. Can't take away his record. One of the things his accomplishments here in college basketball.
Tell you what, I just saw, we talked about West Virginia earlier on. I saw their head coach in Cleveland a couple of weeks ago when they were beating Ohio State in Ohio State territory. Not a lot of happy people that night up there in the land.
Hoggard's doing a good job up there, man, West Virginia, man.
He has a guy who brings him a stool during every timeout. He just runs back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. Like, that's his entire job. He's probably a grad assistant.
But you know, Huggins knows a little bit about the Ohio area. Oh, look at
Burnett,
that.
come on.
Wow.
That was a laser.
He was here to put on a show.
I'll tell you what, that's a go ahead and see how you're feeling kind of shot. This ball out of bounds.
Like, just what I say about the physical play. Burnett just reached in just now. He felt that. He's going to feel that. Number 11 going to make sure you feel that when you play, when you guard him and reach on him. I just love that kid.
Off the back of the iron. Rebound right back out top. You see the shot clock on. Has not even come close to being an issue. We had it once in the last game. Won't be a big thing for the rest of the weekend. A lot of Ohio games where they don't utilize the shot clock. But for these national games.
In the state of Georgia, they actually used the shot clock for the first time ever in a few games.
I was curious to see how that was going to go for Jalen Green. Great hustle by Jordan Pope to keep that alive. And Burnett with that long wingspan. There are 4 turnovers in this possession for Prolific Prep. Luckily for them, they are long and athletic to get away from it. Look at Burnett just out there, abuse. Pope for 3. That shot clock actually expired when he got that shot out of his hand. Wow, that's a great shot. Just wouldn't go. A lot of one-on-one matchups early as Green down to the baseline. Hawkins closed late.
Isaiah is having a heck of a first quarter.
He's got 10 of his team's 19. The timeout in the first quarter at 2:07. Watch this quick shot. Hawkins at 6'10", never had a chance to block that one.
10 points, that means his full name's in the paper.
Right out of the gate.
I got a question to ask you guys. What's the most points scored in a game here in Flyin?
It's like 53, I think.
Was it Luke Kennard?
I know we had a couple of different ones.
Or was it the kid last year from the blue?
No, he finished like 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the kid you're talking about.
I don't know, man. We're gonna make us do
I remember we had a young man on one of the early games, one of the morning games, put up 50. And we were just marveling about how it was 11 o'clock in the morning. It was actually a 10 o'clock game before they moved them all back. And he just went ahead and did it.
We're all off. B.J. Mullins from Canal, Winchester.
62. There's not one of them isn't on there, though. There's a couple of them that aren't on there.
Because Luke Kennard, I know
Luke Kennard, he had more than 43.
Yeah.
Which is second place. Juan Palacios is on that list.
Okay.
Yeah, he had, I'm almost positive he had close to 50. Burnett with a crossover for 3. That's that move almost always works out for him. Right back out of bounds. And, you know, there hasn't been that big play yet where the crowd has been able to just sort of add that energy to this game. I think they're looking for it. Looking to celebrate it on Friday night. A little up and under. And the 3 off the back of the rim.
Team's not afraid to launch from down deep.
Here it is.
Yes.
Slam. Jalen Green.
Yes. That's quick.
Oh, good block over the
Coleman
top.
Hawkins the other way. But I have a feeling you're going to see Jalen Green here in a second on this feed. Here it is. Watch Jalen Green on the back side of this. Just perfect floor. Nimari Burnett, you guys talked about his vision. Quick left hand. And here's Burnett trailing the play, and Jalen Green with a slam.
And here's the easy dunk on the other side by Isaiah Cottrell.
Just assume by this point that he's scoring all their points.
Exactly.
He's got 14 of their 21. He's got as much as Prolific Prep does as a squad. Ball down to the floor. And pet peeve number 1.
The tie-up on the jump ball, the alternating possession. There are 3 circles on the floor. Why don't we jump ball, man? Reward the defense, man, for playing hard defense. Give them a chance. Give them a chance.
I love this kid that's coming in for Huntington Prep. Zach Loveday, headed to play at Baylor out of Gallia Academy or Gallipoli. That's what we always jokingly call it because nobody can say where he's from.
Now, I'm going to tell you something that's
Gallipolis.
so petty. If he was in the state of Georgia, he would not be allowed to play.
Why is that?
Because of his shorts?
He has on a white, even his shorts.
Oh, the T-shirt.
He has on a white T-shirt, so he would not be allowed to play in the game.
Sonny Najee with the miss.
That is how terrible the state of Georgia is right now.
And Coleman Hawkins was looking for a felony.
Watch out. I love it.
But you know what I love even
Watch
more?
this. Watch him elevate. Not even that he doesn't make this, but just the fact that this is, you can get away with this.
That move.
Ooh.
The head and shoulders from a big man in the top of the rim.
But you know what I love even more? Sinai Najai went up and challenged him. How many kids will just step out of the way?
I ain't trying to be a poster.
Yeah, I don't want to be on Instagram.
Exactly.
But I love the fact that
I ain't
he
trying to be on
challenged
Daniel's mixtape.
him. Yeah, exactly. Part of OST 24/7.
2 out of 2 from Milan, and the shot clock just barely now aligned. Loveday tried to throw over Hawkins. That didn't work. Now the runner in Brakefield walked.
He stepped on the line. He took that step back.
You call that too, he walked. You call it what you want, he walked.
Prolific's in the 22 defense, full court. Try to slow down.
Competitive quarter at 21-16. Again, we're nearly halfway to the score these teams had the last time they played each other, less than a month ago. Green lost the handle. Down to 6 seconds now for HP. They can get across the obvious double. Brakefield from the corner to end his second 3 of the quarter, and it's a 24-16 Huntington Prep lead. Watch this replay. Watch him quickly get his shot off. 2 defenders close high, and he's got to be open in the corner. Splash.
I love the patience, even though the shot clock, when the clock was going down. Take his time and shot, made a shot. Love it.
I love this Brakefield kid, man. Like I say, we call on SUVtv. We probably end up, because we do so many tournaments. We go nationwide. We do so many tournaments, but we end up calling Huntington Prep probably about 4 or 5 times a year. The thing about it seems like Jaemyn Brakefield has been playing for about 10 years. I've seen this kid since he was
anything
a
that
freshman.
keeps him from getting to Duke, I'm okay with.
Yeah. If you don't know, Michael Hearn is the world's biggest North Carolina fan.
And our camera guy's the biggest Duke fan.
It is hilarious watching those two talk.
I can't even say anything to him this year.
I should have wore a bright orange Clemson shirt when I came up here today to kind of upset both of us.
I mean, shout out to Clemson, they're doing it. I can't say anything.
They have a good team, y'all. I watched them play against Duke. They're not bad. They're not bad at all.
Good. They have
These are not no lucky winners.
Tevin Mack, a young man from Columbia, South Carolina, ended up going to Texas, transferred to Alabama for half a semester, and then finally decided to come back home to Clemson. He ended up putting about 23, I think, on Duke.
I just want you to know I have just entered the transfer portal.
I'm telling you.
It's not a lot of things that are going to work out for that, but so 24-16 as Coleman Hawkins and the crew try to cut into this lead to begin quarter 2. Jordan Pope out front with the basketball, and he got the come here hand from Sonny Najee. Down to the baseline, a little stutter step from Mawot Mag for 2. The Australian.
Glad to see Mag back. He's been out for 2 months, and he took an elbow to the mouth and lost some teeth.
Tell you what, though, he's going to the right school. He's going to go to a fighting school in Rutgers.
Yeah.
So a lot of people take swings at you in New Jersey, I'd imagine.
Rutgers, New Jersey. Speaking of New Jersey, on the SUVtv network, we got us a good one. We got another tournament going on over there. Not a tournament, just a showcase. The OSC Give Back.
Hawkins for 3. Knocked it down off a beautiful lead from Burnett. And that's, you get a lot of rankings, and they're subjective, but Nimari Burnett is always one guy that, for me, is that number one guy because he does everything so well. Mm-hmm. He's got a terrific player in Jalen Green on his team, obviously, but he just a little bit of everything.
Look at that with a steal right there.
Look at his court vision now behind the back and even to the guy in the front row.
See, that's what a great player is. He wants to get everybody involved.
That guy was trying to eat his popcorn. He just wanted to make sure he felt like he was part of the game.
Exactly, man. Hey, and they paid enough for those seats down there. Those are the expensive seats.
That's the scout seats. Usually a lot of coaches down there, too. But this is an interesting game. Again, 24-21.
Well, I'm a coach, and I feel like I got the best seat in the house with you two guys, man.
Hey, man, you definitely got the best voices in the house.
Rebound for Huntington Prep and a substitution at 24-21. You know, these are the kind of games, though, where I always get kind of sad at the end of 4 quarters that it's over.
Yeah.
Because I got to watch them play all night. You've got so many athletes, they might be able to. Heck, you can play in the parking lot with these jerseys.
I'm telling you.
Not that you want to, but Hawkins with another punch away. Illinois got a steal, I believe. He's looking for the oop. On the back door, no. The door was locked. Burnett, though, smart enough to keep it alive. Hawkins will try for 3. That won't go either. Burnett chased it back to Green. Zips it inside. And here comes Huntington Prep with a chance to show out. To the glass, the finger roll from Brayon Freeman.
Nice.
Had 26 a couple of nights ago.
You know, I like that lay-in by Freeman. You know, he used that body to get himself some space and lay it up off the glass. When you got that big man trailing you, you know, you want to clear out some room. Lay it up, man. I like that classic little man layup.
You also want to get out of his way as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Sonny Najee with his second foul here in the first half. A lot of substitutions from both sides. Mawot Mag up top of the screen. Hawkins. How are they going to call that? A jump ball.
Jump ball.
That was going to be something. Look at the replay.
It's great.
It should be Hawkins through the middle.
It's great when you get a player that has a high motor, that has a talent level to match him. Yeah, you know, it's great. It's good basketball.
Now you see what Prolific Prep can do with Hawkins on the bench. He's got to be exhausted. He's been a big part of this game. Freeman gives it away at 5:30. Ooh, stutter step and the pullback. Really thought that was going to go. A.J. Hoggard thought that he got fouled. Ran the entire floor with his hands out to the referee.
Now let's see what Green does now that Burnett and Coleman are off the floor.
Well, Burnett's spotted up in the corner.
Never mind.
There's his 3.
Oh, look at him.
Good choice. Again, Texas Tech's highest recruit to ever come play there.
Good job, Bill.
Pulls his team within 2. So no look back out to the top for A.J. Hoggard out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. With the roll down inside, just one guy trying to cover Isaiah Cottrell. And as we've seen now 7 times, that's not a good option.
That's not going to work. Cottrell's a beast down there on the block, man.
Green showing off his handles. Drew the double team, but he threw it away, trying to run a 2-man game with Burnett. Trying to get back to the opposite side. 3-on-3 to the basket. There's that man again.
Tough.
It's pretty much A.J. Hoggard or Cottrell at this point. Mike Sharavjamts in for the first time. Actually, we saw him last year. He played against Xenia for Legacy Christian. Number 35 out there is Green. Took the punishment and got the basket. He's got 7.
Hard contact off the board. I like that. Way to control that body.
They're letting him play. Floater won't roll off the front and in. Here comes Nimari Burnett looking for showtime. Turns on that extra dimension and draws a foul.
You know, and when you watch these games right here, you see these level of players play, you realize it's a whole different level in high school basketball. You see how he kind of hesitated, allowed the defender to come in so he could draw that contact. You know, that's more than going to a gym working with a trainer. You know, you're out, you have to play. And I don't have a problem with trainers, you know, because they're needed. But kids don't play in the gym anymore. You can't go to a park and see, you know, I got next. When the last time you heard that?
Burnett misses the first of 2.
You know, that's, you know, one of the funny things, man. You talk about getting better. The way we got better was just playing against older guys.
And losing.
Yeah.
Because it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It wasn't about telling everybody on Instagram you went 18-0 today. But that's different. That's the old guy thing.
Yeah.
Rebounded by Cisse for Prolific Prep. They trail by 3 with 3.5 minutes to go. Trying to change that. 3-ball straight away.
Ooh.
Bingo for the Mongolian in Sharavjamts.
He looked very comfortable shooting up.
Did last year, too, for Legacy Christian. Now on the switch. Green with a rebound and tied at 30 with a chance for he and Burnett. And Cisse was wide open. Green, great kick into the corner for 3 in the lead. No.
Close that door.
No. Jack Wetzel. 38% for the Marion, Iowa native from 3.
That's not how you
That
win and
wasn't
influence friends.
He might have rushed that one just a bit, knowing what was coming after him.
He didn't realize how open he was. He was wide open.
I think I'm not open. It still doesn't matter. So now Green out on the defensive end. Jaemyn Brakefield hasn't been a big part so far. The offense hit a couple of threes. Now looking to do that as he's back in the corner. I'm shocked they didn't go back to him. But the double down draws the foul.
Well, that guy right there working in the paint, he's been so tough, Isaiah Cottrell. Just working hard down low.
Watch him draw 2.
14 points. Trying to add on to it.
He's on at Nimari Burnett. I'll tell you what, he's going to fit in well, Cottrell, with that West Virginia team.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see them, and that's a hard-working group. Really smart defensively. Good scorer, able to create for himself. 32-30. He has half of their points. Burnett thought about the pull-up. It's easy to do, too. You got a 6'5" hand in your face. Off the screen, Cisse to the basket with a bright orange. Gets the shot to drop, and he'll go to the line. There's some high-quality plays here. Another big bump. He gets around this screen off the pick and roll from Jalen Green. Kind of right here, he knows he's going to take contact.
There was slow rotation over there from Huntington Prep, getting over there and help side. They was able to take advantage of it.
You know, to hit that layup, he had a novel idea you don't see a lot. It's a little square on the backboard that he used.
Now you're just talking crazy. It's not a thing.
It's been a long time, man, since I've seen people use that square.
A 6'7" junior, one of the leaders in rebounding, so he knows all about the square. Tried to put the circle up across it as the runner Hoggard up on the trailer and slam. Jaemyn Brakefield. Wow. There's your flying to the hoop right there.
It didn't qualify. When it qualifies, he'll let you know.
And Green, it's usually a fast break, but watch this. I don't care what you call this. This is a hammer. Terrific spacing, and one guy is going to have a shot at this. Here he comes. Throw down.
He'll look good on Tobacco Road up there.
I think Hoggard was more happy about it than he was. Kick back into the corner. Everybody, great ball fake. Nothing to do on the finish. Here comes Burnett. Full head of steam. One big step and a score.
Fancy.
Burnett's got 6 in the quarter. And this is just sheer athleticism on his part. Watch where that ball is thrown way out in front of him. He takes it from nearly the free throw line, and in a step and a half gets the basket.
They're still down there. The referee's still down there having a conversation with Hoggard, arguing about the in and out pass.
So Burnett now will run the baseline underneath. Coleman Hawkins back in a minute 45. Burnett to the baseline, drops it perfectly for Green for 3. He couldn't flip it in. Burnett, though, stole it away. He's having a complete game. Hey, look at that.
Look at that. He's using that square.
Circle gets the square for 2. 11 in the game for him. It's 36-34 now. I feel like the second half is going to pick up quite a ton. Hoggard, alley-oop. Jaemyn Brakefield again.
My favorite two, hooking up.
Minute and 10 seconds in what has become Highlight-a-Palooza. Get a look at it again. Watch. Here comes your favorite duo.
Yes, sir. Spin move.
And then look at
Able to
Head
split
up the
Hawkins.
whole time.
Two guys
Oh,
in
I
the
got my
right-handed
buddy.
slam.
Yes, sir.
You see the old savvy veteran move by using that offhand to just,
See, follow Cisse pointed like nobody got him.
Oh, good block.
Back into Cisse, and he's
That
blocked.
pass just now.
Out ahead come the bright yellow. Goodbye. Oh. Green had a little bit of wordplay, and he stepped over Freeman. Watch this. Watch where this ball is obliterated to. This is a great fast break opportunity for Huntington Prep. And Green's not even in your picture right now. Here he comes. There it goes.
Got a little conversation down there on the baseline. You know what I like about the referees? Referees came in, and all they did was just separate it. They didn't give any silly, unnecessary checks. They just came in and said, hey, calm down, fellas. That's a veteran crew. I like that. I like that out of my officials.
And either they just put Sly's unofficial rules up on the board or the fans here appreciated it.
They do.
Got a tie ball game with a minute left in the game. A half. Come on, I'm loving this.
This is, that's different too. Credit those officials for not just making a spectacle out of the whole thing. Trying to make a spectacle is Huntington Prep. Zone from the baseline, cut off. Little shovel back out top. He'll go for three. Joey Fuka wanted a travel. He's not going to get it.
Did not settle. Waiting for the open opportunity. I love it.
I'd be curious to know how Mawot Mag got that, considering he plays on the other side.
Plays on the other team.
I think he needed to flip his book over.
Shane Dezonie.
He scored from the bench against his own team. Here comes Green again. You can't miss him. Check out the shoes. Whew. Hawkins looked right at the clock at 13 seconds. Hawkins now with a drive and a dump down low. Cisse for two. No.
That was a great pass. Wow.
And you know what I like about Coleman? Coleman's a big man. We saw him shoot some threes. You see how he passed the ball off. Multi-talented, multi-dimensional big man.
And I feel like he's grown into 6'10". I was thinking he was somewhere 6'7", 6'8" last year when they were here.
Yeah, I don't think he was that big last year.
There's a conversation going on at the line between A.J. Hoggard and Walou Cisse out of the Senegal.
Both guys from out of town. They're just trying to figure out what's the best spots to eat, where they want to go and eat after the game. That's all.
Cisse with the high arcing free throw.
That's the only thing these young men are talking about.
Huntington Prep will actually be here tomorrow night against Lakewood St. Ed's, who last I saw at the half were in a battle in the greater Cleveland area before they come down here. You've got La Lumiere on Sunday at the Hoop Hall Classic of your prolific prep.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Fuka, and he said they're leaving out 10 in the morning.
Tied at 38, final 5 seconds. Easy basket.
Break off a made free throw. My goodness.
Zone 40-38. He's struggling down there. But watch this. Watch everybody kind of lackadaisically gets back. We're going to go ahead 2 seconds and get this basket. And keep in mind, the way this game's going, that could very well be a difference maker. 40-38, Huntington Prep here at the half, the final game of the night on SUVtv.
Sometimes, care lives in a pen, a symbolic badge of honor, and a comforting promise to deliver the highest quality of care to every patient. And it doesn't just live in one of our hospitals, but in all of them. As Premier Health is the only adult health system in Dayton to receive magnet recognition for nursing excellence. Our care lives here. Premier Health.
Welcome back inside the Trent Arena, half number 2 of game number 2 here to open up this Friday night. So many terrific games on tap. It starts tomorrow morning at 11:30 as it'll be a girls game between Dayton Carroll and Beaver Creek. The night finishes with Grayson and Wayne in the old Georgia-Ohio battle. It'll be an interesting finish, but right now, the start of this second half, Nimari Burnett gets 4 pivot feet. I'm pretty sure. First shot doesn't go. Prolific Prep trailing 40-38 to open up this second half. The Crew at 18-2 just recently suffered their first loss, and I'm told this is their first real time that they've played their entire lineup together. Kind of hurts when that happens. As the ball right back out, Burnett tracks it down. Look at his range on a 2-on-1. Right back, Cisse, give it to him on the layup. That won't go, just enough. Bothered by Jaemyn Brakefield.
See, he did everything right, and it didn't go in. You know what happens? What I love what Burnett did on that play, he gave it up early in anticipation of getting it back, but Cisse didn't know to give it back to him. You know, that's everything you want out of guards. You want them to give it up early so you can, you know, possibly get it back and dunk it or lay it in, but yeah. Cisse didn't agree with the program.
You know, Sly, you were talking earlier on about Mawot Mag missing some time with an injury. Coleman Hawkins didn't play the first time these two teams played either because he had a shoulder injury. Missed the entire Chick-fil-A Classic.
I like Hawkins.
Prolific Prep, I'm told, the most mileage of any high school team this year. California to Illinois, Arizona, Texas, Kentucky, South Carolina, Kentucky again, and now at Ohio. It's quite a run.
They're clocking up those freaking flyers.
Burnett with a slam. Off the baseline with the two-handed flush. And you've got to get back. That's the other thing about this game. As quick as it goes, you have to get back.
Oh.
And a pile up on I-75. Watch this, though. This is just terrific vision by the point guard out front. Oh, backline, backdoor cut. Two-hand slam. Burnett back into live action. Nearly wanted to go again. Numbers don't support it on the 2-on-5, but Huntington Prep to the basket. And it's that 2 and Freeman.
That was a strong move.
That was a nice, strong move out of the youngster. I love the way he just took it to the basket strong.
Jalen Green for 3 in the tie. He's now got 10.
All right.
He's feeling it.
Here we go.
43-43. Again, the first time these two teams played, neither team broke 60.
You know, we need to get the SUVtv budget up and invest in that microphone on the floor to hear what these young men are saying to each other.
Sometimes that might not be a good idea. It is and it is not. One-handed rebound by Brakefield, just flipped it over the head for 2.
Hey, we're online. FCC laws don't apply.
They let cable do it all the time.
I really dislike, I'm not going to use the word hate, but I really dislike the fact Brakefield going to Duke. I'm just going to say that out loud.
Cisse with a rebound.
I like him, too.
Burnett stripped from behind. Cisse a 5-on-4. Burnett couldn't get it because Brakefield took it away from him. Out on the lead, 1-on-none. And a volleyball that just hangs up into the air. Cisse took the worst of it. He's still down on the other end. Green with a step back, took an elbow to the face.
Isaiah Cottrell looked at the ref like, what? You can't foul on me?
Here's the action that leads to this foul.
After this first-degree murder.
Green on the step back.
It didn't even touch the ball.
I guess it didn't, though, from the angle over here. Wow.
It didn't touch the ball. Looking at the ref like, huh, me?
And Green misses the free throw as Coleman Hawkins back in. That's a superstar call? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think that's what he believes he got.
1 out of 2 from the line. Worst part is he can go back and watch it later, and he'll still have the same objection. That's fine. Now the pull up from the baseline. Freeman.
Freeman was quiet that first half. Now he's starting to feel it.
He's got the last 2 buckets for his team to make it a 3-point game. Coleman Hawkins down into the paint. Blocked and kept by Mawot Mag. I just happened to notice, I talked about Cisse. He just walked to the locker room back behind where his team's bench is. Took kind of a nasty spill on that collision we were talking about.
Yeah, I tell you, that training staff out there, they're really, really good. You know, every now and then when we have that long break, I'll go back there and lay down on the training table.
There's one guy just screaming travel. Dezonie does not care. Dezonie with the bucket. It's now 49-46. Here comes Burnett again. 3 guys on him.
Got him.
Uh-oh.
Showtime. Oh,
Get
no.
your highlights ready. Oh!
Oh!
There are not a lot of windmills in Kettering, but Jaemyn Brakefield just built one in the arena. Watch this. Watch the windup. He knows something's coming.
Yes.
Right about here.
Yes.
Hit him with a windup. One hand and wham.
And I'm going to take you with it.
And look at the power, too. The power he throws it down with.
Jumped right in front of Mawot Mag and just knows something filthy is coming. Hit him with a windmill.
Can you decommit, please? Can you decommit, please?
UD's got a pretty high dunking team. He can join them.
Right.
Heck, at this point, he'd go join the Globetrotters.
Right.
Best part about it was he got fouled on the play.
Right.
Yeah, and one.
Okay, that woke the crowd up, fellas.
How do you foul on that play?
Yeah.
How do you even have time, really? Largest lead of the second half for Huntington Prep. Burnett up off a screen, drew 2 defenders. Hawkins, great no-look pass and inside. Mawot Mag will go to the line. He is fouled.
See, Mag has to get better on that right there. He catches. This is about his 3rd time catching the ball inside the post, and first thing he did was bring it down to his waist. When you're that low, you can spin and keep it up above your head while you spin.
Right, exactly. Always good to chin the basketball, fellas.
Again, the Rutgers commit who missed most of the year due to an injury at the line. Hits on his 5th point. And I love those fast break plays. Kind of go back a couple of minutes. You can always tell something big is about to happen. Things people in Flyin with Hoop don't like, free throws. Except for when Luke Kennard hit about 80 of them. Burnett providing the defense.
And they finally called charge on him.
Yeah.
He's appreciative to the guy in the front row, I think. They were having a little bit of an argument. Just sort of looked at him and said, I'm going to go on down here. Hoggard with the offensive foul. The ball was tipped, but it went through Sharavjamts' hands.
You know, my favorite thing is looking on the baseline and seeing all the mixtape people on the baseline. You get to see who they really want to watch, who the internet.
They've also made their way up here.
Oh, yeah, we got them up here. We need to clear them out from up here. Where's our security guard?
I'm busy. Hawkins, good pump fake. Free throw line jumper.
I was wondering who all these guys were.
2,200 miles from home, he gets the home roll.
Yeah, he gets the home roll.
Out of the Napa Valley area, just about 50 miles outside of San Francisco, where the Warriors rep San Fran on their jerseys last night. Hoggard lost Burnett, but here comes a train. 4-on-2, alley-oop for Green. Couldn't catch it. Hawkins cleans it up. Hawkins with 11, and it's right back to a tie game at 52 all.
When you said it was a 6-point lead, I was like, that'll evaporate soon.
And it did, right through 4 defenders. Hawkins with a rebound high off the glass. Hawkins, I was curious how he was getting out of that. Had to pick it up, back to Burnett, didn't catch it cleanly. Inside to Hawkins, stripped on the way up. And here come the highlighters on the break. Quick layup for Freeman.
I think nobody in the crowd wanted Freeman to lay that one up. They wanted him to throw it up to the trailer.
Yeah.
Could you throw that harder off the glass, please? Ready to check in Seni Najee, who's been on the bench for a long time for Huntington Prep. Hawkins backs and spins.
So that Hawkins is tough.
Illinois is getting a good one.
Yeah, he's tough.
It's now the
Can this boy get up or what? Can he get up or what?
I was going to say the alley, never mind, goodbye. Watch this. Just watch Jalen Green. Watch 4 come into your picture and watch the ball leave.
That's the second time tonight he's done that.
Exactly, yeah.
Just behind the volleyball line, that would be a heck of a spike in this building.
My goodness.
He now just stands on the baseline. Please don't come anywhere near me. Thank you. 3 from straight away. Off balance, still win.
Brayon Freeman is just lighting up in this quarter. That's 8 points in this quarter alone.
I think they only gave him a 2.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was a 3 on it. I didn't
They
see
gave
where
it
his
to him.
foot was.
They just changed it. 11 points for young Mr. Freeman.
And he's done 9 of that damage in this quarter. This is pretty much what you'd expect from these teams. At some point, things are going to turn up offensively. Hawkins.
Okay. Hey, you know what? That's pretty impressive by Hawkins out there with a dribble to attack the basket, man.
He can do everything. Y'all called it out earlier.
What would you call the front color? Peach on his shoes?
I don't even know what
I've been trying to figure it out all night.
Pink, peach, I don't know.
Daniel's probably got a good shot of it. He's down there laughing.
Daniel loves being in the crowd down there on that baseline. That is the highlight of his tournament.
He always says, people are just bothering me.
But he doesn't want to leave that spot.
Say, I don't believe you.
For 5 years, he's been in that same spot.
Hey, by the way, all these games this weekend have the same hashtag, FTTH2020.
And for all our folks out there listening, be sure to tweet us. Tweet us at SUVtv. Tweet us at SU. I know we got some Huntington Prep people out there. Go ahead and tweet us.
I'm sure there's some folks back in California.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching to see how this one goes. That ball redirected into the Huntington Prep bench. And it brings a stark contrast, too, though, with those bright yellow highlighter jerseys and the bright blue polos.
That's the color of their home uniform.
Yeah, I always love to see what they're going to do. Is Burnett. Was he going to try the Jordan playoff move?
Yeah.
The up and under?
Like Mike.
Was that the Lakers? Was the finals against the Lakers?
Did
Did the Magic, didn't he?
No, I don't think that was against the Lakers. I don't know.
So
I don't
Burnett
know. It's been a long time.
at the line.
Been a long time since I've seen that Gatorade commercial.
MJ was pretty good.
It was against the Lakers. I had
True.
to think about it.
You know, it's funny now. You ask these kids about MJ. They say, oh, he makes the shoes, doesn't he?
Right.
Right. The guy that owns the
I don't even argue with him about who
Hornets, right?
Exactly.
57-56 with 1:10 to go. This has the makings of
look at this
whoever
step
has the
through.
ball last.
Look at that step through. This guy here.
A.J. Hoggard with his first 2 of the quarter. 59-56 gives his team back a lead, but this has got to be one of those games, though, you don't feel comfortable with just a 3-point lead.
Right.
No.
Green can't get it to roll in. Rebound comes down to Brakefield. Earlier on, it was Isaiah Cottrell, who was pretty much a one-man team, as leaning in to draw that foul. It's a smart one. Make Burnett reach and get a cheap foul.
Hoggard's just one of the smartest point guards I've seen in a long time, man.
Yeah, he is.
And he's just so smart. He's been doing it for years.
Frank Anselem out of Lagos, Nigeria. 6'10 junior into the game. Joined by Saba Gigiberia, the Georgia Tech signee at 7'1".
And every bit of 7'1", too.
Yeah. Imagine how big those bright orange shoes are. The size 18 shoes off the screen, perfect in front of everyone. Yeah, go ahead and hold the hand up because that's a heck of a shot for Freeman. He's got 14. And Prolific Prep's got to call a timeout at 27 seconds left in the third. Watch the effort off this screen. You'll see him just backpedal and sneak out behind a couple of different guys and lean out, bang.
Held the follow through. It's very important. Love it.
Just a terrific basketball play there. As the games this weekend, a lot of spotlight games. One I'm looking forward to on Sunday, the 4:45 game. The number 1 team in Division II in Ohio in St. Vincent St. Mary taking on the 6th best team, supposedly, in Trotwood Madison. That could possibly be a D2 state finals preview.
Now, what's Trotwood's record again?
11-0.
And they're the 6th best team in their division.
They got 1 vote for first place.
Wow.
Meanwhile, St. Vincent at 8-3 plays a heck of a schedule. They play more D1 teams than they do anything, but AP poll in the state of Ohio has been under scrutiny for quite a while. So, tell your friends, come out or watch the game here.
Well,
or do both. You can
that's-
watch it on demand.
That's why we play the games.
Jordan Pope back in for the Crew now at the point guard slot with 21 seconds to go. Hawkins and a Pope on the right side trying to create something with Jalen Green from way outside. Bingo. 59 for his squad, but he is heating up now with 14. And the quarter comes to an end. This is how the second came to an end. Another three contested this time and out of bounds to end the quarter. 62-59. As you look at this replay, watch how far Green is outside the line. You can't even see him how far he is on the step back. And the fourth is coming up here in just a few on SUVtv.
He's got that ingredient that I like called swag.
Yeah. and he's one of those players, man. When I saw him early in the game, I was like, okay, yeah, he's all right. He's okay. Oh, okay, yeah, he's good. Oh, yeah, okay, now I see. Now I see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, keep watching. He'll show you why he's ranked so high.
19 offers, huh?
Mm-hmm. One of those kids I like to say it's easier to list who didn't offer him than who offered him.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that list is a whole lot shorter.
Sports medicine provider for the Flyin basketball Invitational. As the sports medicine provider for nearly 40 high schools and colleges, we are the leader in caring for student athletes in the region. Our care lives beyond our walls of our hospitals. Our care lives here. To learn more or to find
So a three-point game to start quarter number 4. Prolific Prep on a top for a majority. Actually, it's backwards because Huntington Prep's up 62-59. But just a fantastic game, a lot of big game performers. And we talked about how they were going to have to show out. Well, you've now reached money time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Not the OBJ money time, mind you, just actual, earn your future money time.
What an idiot.
Right.
I don't even know for which thing anymore. Burnett with the steal. Look at him lead the break confidently.
Great
Catches
kid.
his point guard out on the wing.
Great kid.
Jordan Pope with his first three. And they're tied at 62.
It doesn't get much prettier than that.
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Kept his head up the entire time. He knew everybody was out on the basketball court.
By the way, I still have not seen Cisse back for Prolific Prep after going out midway through the third quarter. Elbow jumper, no. Look at the fight continuing on each side. These are guys, they don't want to lose this game. Green for three again. Same spot, he just made one. Tip back won't go. And the 3-on-1 showtime, is it coming? Into the corner. Little side step for three. Too strong. Both teams want it. Green and Crew now out for Hawkins. Little stutter step on the way. Inside for two, and the foul off the glass.
Frankie Anselem.
Frankie's got offers from Arizona, Georgia, Kansas, and Arkansas. But right now, Anselem's got the most important two as you watch him cut through right here. Off the little runner. He's just going to take it to the basket and make it for two.
I like that young man. He played in the Atlanta area before he transferred out to Prolific Prep. And young man's known as a shot blocker. A lot of people sighed a sigh of relief when he left Atlanta. He left Georgia.
They were pretty happy, you're saying?
Yeah.
Can't get the free throw to go. So Huntington Prep across the logo again. These teams have split their last 6 meetings. And for Huntington Prep, they don't even have Dudley Blackwell tonight, the Arizona or the Iowa State commit, as the up and under shot won't go for Brakefield. Back the opposite way, Burnett in a hurry. Somehow able to get that one to the corner. I thought he was going to run out of gas. Inside the finger roll attempt. A little too far out for Coleman Hawkins.
He's not George Gervin.
Right.
He has no ice, man? Is that what you're saying?
None.
Green back out front across the Kettering-Fairmont logo. Dropped it right back. I don't think he was expecting that's how that was going to go. Burnett, are you kidding me?
Range.
From the front of the logo. That's well, it's just one possession shot. And a shuffle of the feet from A.J. Hoggard.
You know, it's one of the few mistakes you've seen Hoggard make. You know, he doesn't make many mistakes running the point for this Huntington Prep team, but that one kind of caught him.
Timeout at 5:46 in a 2-point game. There are right now 6 double-digit scorers on the board, 3 on each side, and I don't know how this one ends.
Okay, now we're going to get
the last person with the ball is going to win. Last team with the ball.
The way this is going to be something crazy. The light will go out as the shot goes in. The shot clock hasn't been an issue. There's been just one even shot that got close to it. We have seen some terrific basketball. This is only game number 2 of 20.
But, you know, you have 2 teams here. They're used to playing with the shot clock, so it isn't anything new for them. And then you have the kids who play the summer circuit. You know, they're using the shot clock on the summer circuit. So, you know, no big deal for these kids.
Got a lot of terrific basketball. Sunday night, Dream City Christian out of Arizona takes on Pick Central out of Ohio, and then it follows up with Centerville taking on another Arizona school in Compass.
Yeah, the Arizona schools are well represented.
And there's 4 of them, best I could count. But missing just the one that everybody was looking for. They're pretty good, too. Arizona basketball is getting a lot of publicity and well-deserved. Green for 3.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. That's his 4th three-pointer of the night.
He's legit.
He said, I'm not going to announce where I'm going. I'm not going to rush it. It won't come as Hawkins stood straight up like a board.
Call, tough call, ref. Let him play.
But I would like to let the young man know that Frank Martin has a spot for him at the University of South Carolina.
This should be you make your own decision. Hawkins slides over and got called for the block.
I thought he was there in time.
Thought he was there as well, but the officials say otherwise. 3 off the back rim. Tap back out, and out comes Hawkins with a chance for redemption. The long step, and he plinkoed one in.
Nice little lead here.
69-62 for the crew.
15 points for Hawkins.
Little lefty shot. Isaiah Cottrell, we talked about 16 points in the first half. Did not score so far in the second half.
He hit the 1 free throw.
Or sorry, I didn't write it down. But did not score from the field.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the line. I always love these 2-shot free throws too, because whoever's not shooting, that team takes the opportunity to go have a conference at midcourt, at least for the first.
See, here's the thing. Let me school you a little bit, Mike. You think they're having a conference at midcourt. Really what they're doing, they're discussing what are dinner options tonight. You know, where do we go? You know,
they got Jets Pizza downstairs.
Trying to figure out what movie they'll watch in the hotel room tonight.
They're wondering if they can get any of the half-price food they have downstairs right now.
Exactly.
Or maybe down the street, Skyline Chili.
Well, the roommate situation, they don't allow for the chili.
Joe Burrow says he doesn't like it. That'll be interesting.
That's roommate rule number 1.
Green now stopped at the line. Didn't immediately cry for the foul, but went back on the opposite end as Hawkins forces the turnover.
And I love that. He rolled it off the offensive player's leg so it'll go the other way. You know, just sometimes, you know, the block shot isn't always about throwing it out of bounds, you know.
Exactly.
What's the old Bill Russell thing? Smartest way you can block a shot is to keep it in play for your own team.
Exactly.
Kids don't know about Bill Russell. He's got rings for every finger. And a pedigree that's just ridiculous.
And he can throw 2 of them on some toes.
Right. 69-62, the lead with 4:13 to go.
My favorite Bill Russell quote, somebody asked him a couple of years ago, how do you think you would fare in today's NBA? You know, with the 4 playing a little bit on the outside, the center playing on the outside. And Bill said, well, you know, I could probably only average about 8, maybe 10 a game. And he said, well, you're one of the greatest centers of all time. All you could average is 8. He says, I am 80 years old.
Love it.
It's true. I mean, with the way it is now. But that's the old school thing. Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
So the final 4-13. The second meeting in less than 3 weeks between these teams. Huntington Prep beat Wesley Christian on Tuesday nights. They got a good one. Lakewood St. Ed's, a very good team in Division I in Ohio, comes in here tomorrow coming off a win. One of the top, I believe they're ranked in the top 5 this week. As Green, off a couple of shakes, tries the 3. Nimari Burnett with a rebound, feeds it inside for Hawkins for 2.
The way Nimari Burnett sees the floor is something amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Kicked into the corner.
Shoot that first shot.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
he shouldn't have passed up that 3.
You have the
That first shot.
luxury of not having Frankie Anselem coming after you at 7 feet tall. I'd have taken it. He just swatted me into the 18th row. Broken that nice lady's camera next to the Gatorade. 3:43 to go. Huntington Prep needs a basket here. As the, well, we'll call that the shovel.
One more.
Up and underneath,
Okay.
step back. Burnett ran by. Hawkins ran by too. And it came right back to Freeman. Into the corner, 3-ball away.
They get
Empty.
basket. Too much time to be relying on the three-point shot right now. Go get you a basket.
Exactly. Go get you a basket.
Green and Hawkins just lope across the timeline at 3:15.
There are no 9-point shots in the
Right,
game.
exactly.
Again, we should bring back the rock and jock shot.
Oh,
There you
Mari
go.
Burnett with
That's
the,
layup.
well, there's a shovel pass out front for Hoggard to the basket for 2.
did you see the way he used his body to
Yes,
shield it
yes,
out?
yes.
That's that high basketball IQ from Hoggard.
Well, he's going to the right program. It's a high basketball IQ program in Michigan State.
He's a prototype Michigan State point guard.
Usually Izzo is here in the building. He might be this weekend. I don't know who Michigan State has. It's the blocking foul. Those are going to start to pick up.
You know, he can jump on 75 and come on down.
Yeah, just take him a couple weeks. A couple hours. I don't know how he planned.
Yeah. I don't know. He might have that Michigan State private jet. You know, he can fly on down.
Yeah, there's a good chance. The airport's not that far from here. 2:47 is Jordan Pope. All 4 of his points in this quarter. The Oakley, California native. 3rd on the team in 3-pointers. Didn't get a real big chance to show that, but did hit a big one early on. And you can see young in his years by his face, just a sophomore.
He has that baby face out there.
It's a baby-faced assassin is Hoggard for 3.
Ooh.
Found it.
My God.
He's now got the last 5 and really all 5 of his team's points in this quarter.
Hoggard isn't known for his outside shooting, but he can knock down that 3-ball.
He's a competitor, man. So whatever it takes at the top, he's going to get it done.
Burnett, like a receiver, able to keep a hold of it.
Oh,
Ooh,
don't
nice.
reach. Don't reach.
Mag, he stepped
Yep,
out of bounds.
stepped out. So you reach, I teach.
You know, good job by Brayon Freeman. You know, he got lost on that dribble a little bit earlier, but he stayed with it. You know, and that's the thing about a lot of kids, they don't understand. You know, you get beat, though, so you give up and pout a little bit. Nah, Freeman stuck with it.
That's when they dunk on you on the other end.
Exactly.
73-67.
See if we continue to go at him.
Hoggard, all out of control, is bailed out.
On that one.
Burnett hands out. I think he felt like he took the shot. He picks up his 3rd foul. So it'll put Hoggard back at the line. Free throw up and good for point 14. AJ again has all of his team's points in this quarter. Team that'll play Cincinnati Woodward next weekend at the Play-by-Play Classic in Wilmington before they play ISA later this month.
The game against Woodward will be a good game. I like to see him matched up against Paul McMillan. Like I said, Paul's a great talent, so I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
Well, we just saw ISA, too, when they put on a heck of a performance. This will be an interesting matchup between those two.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of lot of game to go. Each team has 7 fouls, so it'd be the bonus for the final 2:11.
I like to look around and see if you see the ISA coaches where they're trying to spine out.
They were here. They left midway through the third quarter because I watched them walk out. But also, the question for Prolific Prep going forward, because I talked about what they've got. They got La Lumiere on Sunday at the Hoop Hall. Will they have Paulo Cisse? Because I still have not seen him come back to the bench.
Yeah, Prolific Prep actually has a big tournament coming up. They're hosting a tournament called Crush in the Valley. It's their 6th year doing it. They're bringing in some of the best teams from Northern California area. They're really proud. Coach Fuka talked about that. They're really proud of that tournament.
They get Compass Prep on February 22nd at Crush in the Valley, too. They also get Bella Vista Prep, who we saw last year, and Dream City Christian, who we'll see tomorrow. Speaking of seeing, Jordan Pope for 3.
That's his 2nd on the night.
Say the Pope is heating up. He's got all 8 in the quarter. 76-69, feed into Jaemyn Brakefield.
Those two play so well together.
I didn't even see him.
I was surprised they both decided to go to the same school.
Out comes Hawkins for 2.
And you're right. I'm surprised they didn't decide to go to school together either. Because, they've been playing together for so long.
Yeah.
Hoggard with the shove. Missed the jumper. Green with a rebound at 1:24. How he stayed on his feet, I don't know.
Good time.
Here's an easy basket.
Yeah, you see the dive. 50-50 balls, man. You're not going to give up.
5-point game now as Freeman's got 16.
Uh-oh.
Back out to Green. Evil intentions to the basket and the foul.
You know what you said about Hoggard that I like so much? You said he's a competitor.
Oh, yeah.
He just puts it all out there.
He don't care about the score.
Watch Green off balance.
About his position, to be honest with you. I done seen him post up at times. he just play ball, man.
Jalen Green has only hit 1 out of 2 as Frank Anselem back in. I think folks are trying to hit the parking lot.
Yeah, they're trying to beat that rush out of here.
Still a lot of basketball to play.
See if Sly can find his car. 1:05. Now is the 3 from the corner to cut into the lead. Won't go. Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Game Brakefield.
And
He gets the 2 in the foul.
stop the clock.
It's not hard to see. It's not hard to see why this guy has been the West Virginia Player of the Year for 3 years in a row.
Yeah. Duke getting a good one. Getting a good one.
Go to the line. Looking to complete the free throw. And the future Blue Devil picks up his 5th point. I wrote a thing down earlier on about how big he plays. He's from the same hometown as Mark Ruffalo. I mean, just happened to be the Incredible Hulk. At times you see that from him. When he cocks back to look to dunk, it's Hulk smash.
Technically, Mark Ruffalo is Bruce Banner.
Wow. If you'd like to argue with Sly, I believe it's at Sly the Sports Guy on Twitter.
Right.
Nerd.
It's a big difference.
All right, nerd.
Hey.
So it's 81-76, just about a minute to go here in the 4th. 8 fouls on each side. Does it make anybody else nervous? The boss is sitting over here to my right. Eric's just sitting over here hanging out now.
Hanging out. Love it.
It's got a lot of things going on. But the number 2 ranked tournament in all of the United States. I have not been to Hoop Hall, but I cannot imagine that it's better than this one.
You know what's different tonight?
You didn't get a milkshake?
No, I've had that.
Oh, okay.
I had the first one from Cray Cup. But for the first time, Kettering Fairmont is not opening up the tournament.
No, they are actually
They're
finishing
closing
this
it.
year, yeah. They take on Hughes at 8:15 on Monday night. You got Spire Academy in Springfield. That's actually a return. Raheem Moss for Spire Academy will return to take on his former high school. Burnett, after Green had to go take it out of bounds, the over and back. Freeman is going to have some words with the official.
You're not going to win that one. You know, because he dribbled on his side of the court. If he would have never dribbled on his side of the court, he could have got away with it.
He was arguing momentum.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Oh, Nimari Burnett. He paid for that foul. Brakefield caught him with an elbow.
I thought the push caused him to go backcourt.
I think that was his argument.
Well, the referee didn't call foul, so it wasn't a push.
Right. You know what? As a coach, that's the hardest thing I had to learn. I'm not going to change his call. We're going to make that call regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at him. I just stare him down now.
Now, Coach, how many times as a coach do you feel you need to go and get a tech for your team to get your team routed up?
I'm the wrong one to ask. I think I've only had like 1 or 2 techs my entire coaching career.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he's not going to win.
Every time.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Got a big game this weekend.
Dezonie with the basket. Now, after that big missed free throw, it's a 3-point game.
Look what I tell you. My guy came down, made a play, got him, made an assist. Here we go. 1 possession game.
You know, it's kind of funny because I saw the Cincinnati Reds this past week, and David Bell, their manager, got thrown out at least a dozen times out of games last year in his first year. And we asked him, what's the over-under this year? And he said 1. He said, I'll put my money on the over, thank you. And he said the same thing. You know, it's not a strategy when you go in, but sometimes you have to stand up for your team, and if that costs me, that's fine.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm not sure that might not happen the way this game's going. It's just one of those highly charged things, as you see inside the Huntington Prep bench there. And I think Freeman is still angry about that play because he's still pointing. Hoggard's trying to
I played baseball in my college career, and I'm still confused about the whole play stealing thing that's going on with the Astros.
Oh, yeah, stealing the pitching calls.
Yeah.
Don't get caught.
Yeah.
Green inside, caught in the backcourt. Nope, never mind. He's got Nimari Burnett.
Banging on the trash can.
Don't need the 3. Leading by 3, Hawkins. Throw it across, and Burnett.
We still got to play, though. It's 10 seconds between the shot clock.
That's a
and the
quick
game
whistle.
clock. Yeah.
That ball wasn't even, I don't think, completely in Burnett's hands when that whistle came out.
Yeah, that coach. Sylvester Williams' pet peeve number 2
But here we go.
about high school basketball. The coach saving you with a timeout.
Well, wasn't it college? Was the NCAA a couple years ago changed that rule where your coach couldn't bail you out?
I hope so.
I don't know if they rescinded it, but I remember there were a lot of angry coaches that they couldn't call the timeout.
You know, in NAIA, the level that I play at Wilberforce University, coaches can't call a timeout.
And I love it.
Yeah, we can't call the timeout. The players have to call it.
I love it.
And I can't stand it.
You know,
One coach and Sly have a different view. What a shock.
Right.
the kids saw their way into that mess. Let them see their way out of it.
It's part of the learning process, right?
Exactly.
It's like a train wreck you see about to happen. You be trying to stop it. Time out. And, you know, can't call it.
That's the worst part because then at any given point where you just want to talk to your team, you have to yell at one of them to call the timeout. Somebody please just call a timeout.
Just call a timeout, right.
Still a couple left on each side. So it'll be the foul brigade who will chase Jordan
Pope.
Pope.
Need a foul. Don't foul. Why are they fouling? I'm confused.
Shane Dezonie with the foul here. That'll walk Coleman Hawkins to the line. He's a pretty good free throw shooter, 4 of 4 on the day.
Wasn't there a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock just now?
No, I think the shot clock was off. I think the shot clock was completely off.
I think it was because I think it was 31 seconds.
Was it?
It was pretty. It was right around 30. It was pretty close. Hawkins. Now the second time that I've said a kid is 4 for 4 today, and he bricked the next one.
You didn't knock on it.
It's the announcer's
Does this table count? So 22 seconds to go. Big free throw for Hawkins. Oh, and he missed it.
He missed both of them. Oh.
Keeps it as a 3-point game, and out on the
why you
run.
stop running? Why you stop running.
I'm pretty sure that Isaiah Cottrell and A.J. Hoggard need to be pulled away from each other because watch this. This is exactly what you're saying. Here you see him come down the floor. There's nobody in front of him.
No.
And he just stopped. I don't know, he was going to play the hop.
Right.
He's trying to set up for the three.
For the three.
You know, actually,
Look here.
And you hate to see a kid make a mistake like that because he knows.
Right.
Nobody
right.
needs to say anything to him.
but actually, that was a bad pass by Hoggard. You need a three to win the ball game, and he led him as he was leading for it too.
Okay.
You know, as much as you want to fault Cottrell for stopping,
But they down one basket. Is that score correct? 79, they down 2
I
points.
thought it was 78. Oh,
No,
okay.
it's a three-point game, I thought.
Me too. Oh, now that changed.
Now it's a three-point game.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I was wrong because I thought it was 78-81.
Me too. And I saw the 79 just now. I was like, hold up.
Now it's 79-82.
So Jalen Green with his 21st point.
Free throw is important.
I thought it was a three-point game as well. 83-79, so it's a four-point game on the board.
Oh,
And a steal by Nimari Burnett. Big hands, and they get another timeout as he's trying to accrue the basketball. So now it's a 5-point game.
2, 4, 5. There we go. Great ball game, nevertheless.
Now the fans who were trying to get out a couple of minutes ago are wishing that they had. But this is, again, much more of a different game than a couple of weeks ago when they played because you're pretty much full strength on both sides for the most part. Okay. You're obviously both missing a player or two, but you're as close as you're going to get. And this is probably not going to be the last time that they see one another this year.
Okay.
I would imagine that they run into each other at some other tournament throughout or the Nationals, depending on how their seasons go. So tomorrow morning starts at 11:30. Games every couple of hours.
So the girls started off tomorrow, correct?
Yep, Beaver Creek and Carroll. Carroll was actually supposed to play here last year. They're supposed to play Minster, who ended up winning Division 4. But Mother Nature said nope. And that game got played later on, and Minster beat Carroll by 25. Brakefield with his 5th foul will end his night. He'll foul out with 20.
You know, crazy scorekeeping going on over here. That's what threw us off. The official score was wrong, and now they dropped the point down again, back to 84.
Okay.
That's what threw us. We had the right score on the TV.
Well, to be fair, they've been wrong a handful of times tonight.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't get stats.
Yep. We had the right score on the broadcast, and then they had the wrong score on the board.
See, what we should have done is just trusted our own scorekeeper.
Exactly.
Pope knocks down a pair. He's 4 of 4 in this quarter.
And the clock didn't even start.
The final 84 to 78 in favor of a Prolific Prep. They are now 19-2 on the year. Huntington Prep 14-6, but they're back in action this weekend tomorrow here. And at Kettering as they take on at Lakewood St. Ed's. It's been a good first night. Just a little bit of an appetizer for the whole weekend, I think.
Really enjoyed it, man. Thanks for having me out here, guys. Greatly appreciate it.
Sly, you got anything on the way out?
Man, I love it, man. I'll wait to be back tomorrow. I'll wear some more comfortable shoes tomorrow. I got on the wrong shoes today. Feet are killing me.
84-78, Prolific Prep with the win in game 2. For Kevin and Sly and Mike, have a great night and an even better tomorrow from all of us here at SUVtv and Flyin to the Hoop.